Western Indiana experienced severe and relentless snowfall today, transforming previously clear roadways into dangerously icy corridors and treacherous stretches of frozen pavement. Approximately 30 miles beyond the city of Terre Haute, a significant and catastrophic multi-vehicle collision occurred on the busy Interstate 70 highway. In the westward traveling lanes near the 15-mile marker location, situated roughly 10 miles from the center of Terre Haute, around 45 different vehicles were involved in what authorities are now calling a major chain reaction accident of massive proportions, according to official reports from the Putnamville State Police Station. We're presently positioned and standing on Interstate 70 at the 15-mile marker in the westbound direction here in Vigo County. As is clearly visible to everyone, there are numerous serious accidents occurring behind our current location. The positive and fortunate news is that we haven't had any serious or life-threatening injuries reported at this time, and we're also witnessing and documenting many slide-off incidents and additional accidents on the eastbound side as well. Footage and images from state transportation monitoring systems and traffic cameras displays vehicles strewn and scattered across the dark pavement and some forced violently onto the grassy shoulders and median areas. This presents a stark and grim demonstration of how rapidly labeled on the highway roadway. On the eastbound portion of the interstate highway, additional slide-off incidents and smaller collisions contributed significantly to the disorder and chaos, highlighting and underscoring just how treacherous and hazardous travel had become throughout the entire area and region. Throughout other parts of Indiana, the storm's impact and disruption extended broadly and spread far and wide. In Grant County, another serious multi-vehicle collision and crash on Interstate 69 compelled officials to caution and warn residents that highway conditions were challenging, rough, and worsening hourly and deteriorating hourly. An announcement and alert came shortly after 2 in the afternoon regarding a crash involving approximately 15 vehicles near mile marker 265, leading to a temporary shutdown and closure of the southbound lanes and an appeal and plea for drivers to stay away from the area unless travel was absolutely required and necessary. Delaware County officials likewise encouraged and urged residents to postpone and forego non-critical and non-essential travel after numerous accidents and spinouts overwhelmed emergency response systems and first responder calls. In Wabash County, a jackknifed semi-trailer truck obstructed and blocked State Road 114 completely. Meanwhile, in Putnam County, an immobilized and disabled semi from another separate crash needed and required heavy-duty towing and recovery from a roadside ravine and ditch. You're also welcome to send me photographs. Representatives and officials from the State Transportation Department reported and said that by mid-afternoon hours, all westbound lanes of Interstate 70 near mile marker 13 in Vigo County were completely shut down and closed due to crashes involving up to 50 different vehicles. The combined and layered effect of slippery roadways, frozen and icy precipitation, and limited and reduced visibility compelled authorities to close down and shut major interstate sections and highway segments and redirect and divert traffic, leaving numerous travelers stuck and stranded as winter conditions intensified and worsened. Well, here comes our snowstorm. Here's our winter weather event. It began and started around 10 o'clock this morning, and there's substantial and significant accumulation, and it's going to persist and continue. Weather experts and meteorologists indicate this storm is nowhere near finished and far from over. Although snow diminished and eased over the Indianapolis region and area around mid-afternoon, a winter storm warning stays and remains in effect and active through early Sunday morning for a large portion of central Indiana and much of the metropolitan area. Predictions and forecasts indicate and call for another period and round of moderate snowfall tonight, particularly and especially between 6 and 9 p.m. before precipitation changes and transitions to a combination and mix of snow and rain just before sunrise and dawn. Very substantial and deep and just going to continue and keep on doing like this. And Sassy, well, she enjoys and likes eating the snow and playing in it. But they were serious and weren't kidding. And they were accurate and got it right this time regarding a snowstorm striking and hitting us. But to receive and get more on top of this accumulation, I'm uncertain and don't know what will occur and happen. It's beautiful and pretty to observe and look at. And total accumulations of 4 to 7 inches are anticipated and expected north of Indianapolis by early Sunday morning, with moderately and somewhat lighter amounts in totals for the city itself and areas and regions to the south. Wind gusts approaching and reaching up to 35 miles per hour may drive and push wind chill temperatures and values down into the teens, making travel even more hazardous and dangerous than during daylight hours and the daytime. That's all they can manage and do is creep and crawl along, because the plows are struggling and having a hard time to maintain pace and keeping up with this heavy snow. So we have a considerable time and long way before this will conclude and end. So anyway, and at any rate, it's blowing and swirling in my face. This is our backyard and rear yard. And in the front yard, well, we cannot locate and find the Cadillac vehicle. It's covered and buried completely. The Yukon SUV, well, it's not terrible or bad, but I'll manage and get to it. Utility and emergency teams and crews across impacted and affected counties are on heightened and high alert. Crews and teams are pre-deployed and pre-positioned for potential and possible power failures and outages. And highway and roadway maintenance teams and crews are preparing and getting ready for extended shifts and long hours, clearing snow, treating icy surfaces, and helping and assisting stranded drivers and motorists. Local authorities and officials have released and issued multiple warnings and advisories, telling and urging residents to postpone and defer non-essential travel, avoid busy routes and congested corridors, and ensure and make certain their vehicles are winter prepared and winter ready if travel cannot be postponed or avoided. What started and began as a typical and normal Thanksgiving week snowstorm transformed and evolved into one of the most hazardous and dangerous winter rush hour situations and hazards in years for many Indiana residents and Hoosiers. With numerous and dozens of crashes, interstate closures and highway shutdowns, and additional and more snow approaching and on the way, residents are being encouraged and urged to avoid and stay off the roads if feasible and possible, remain attentive and alert to evolving and changing weather warnings and alerts, and approach and treat open interstates and highways with maximum and extreme caution. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video and upcoming content.